What's going on, everybody? I had to jump on here because there's a lot of hoopla about this these two Virginia police officers and how they treated a lieutenant during a routine traffic stop. Now, the reason why I want to jump on here is because as I watched this crap go on, there were three things that happened that took note to me. One, the lieutenant did not pull over when the officers showed him their lights. He didn't pull over. He prolonged his stopping. The second thing was he didn't get out the car when they told him to get out the car. And then he didn't get on the ground when they told him to get on the ground. Now, I watched a lot of commentary about this, and I want to show you guys, I want to bring your attention to just how bad a traffic stop, a routine traffic stop can go for every single officer by bringing your attention to a New Mexico officer that you probably haven't even heard of who was shot and killed in February of 2021. I want to bring you guys, I want to bring your attention to that. But first, guys, take a look at this article because a lot of people want to frame this however they want to frame this. And of course, in America, there is so much merit. There is so much merit that goes into police brutality. But I want to bring your attention, all right, to the article real quick by CNN. So CNN reports two Virginia police officers used excessive force, threatened Army officer during traffic stop, lawsuit says. So we're going to watch some of this clip, but long story short, the officers put their sirens on. He didn't pull over. The officers told him to get out the car. He didn't get out the car. The officers told him to get on the ground. He didn't get on the ground. So he had a bunch of passive, non-aggressive, non-compliance. And this is a lieutenant in the United States Army, and he's not able to follow simple directions. So reading from the article, CNN reports a U.S. Army officer is suing two Virginia officers after they pointed guns at him, pepper sprayed him, and pushed him to the ground during a traffic stop last December for what the officers believed was missing license plate on his new SUV. The second lawsuit by Second Lieutenant Karan Nazario, who is Black and Latino, is seeking $1 million in compensatory damages, claiming the two Windsor, Virginia police officers violated his rights guaranteed under the First and Fourth Amendments. So that's good and all. But at the end of the day, what this guy failed to do was he failed to comply with police officers. Now, I want to bring your attention to the clip that was shown. Everybody has seen this by now. But as you guys know, the body cam footage is out there. All right, the body cam footage is out there. So I want to just play a little bit of it. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit of it, but let's watch this play out in real time. And then let's compare that to a New Mexico stop, which frankly, what happened in New Mexico could have easily happened here, which is why I support police officers brandishing their weapon if non-compliance is seen from the get-go. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive into this video.
Speeds are 18.
So as you guys can see here, the lights are on, and from everything I've understood, the guy, the lieutenant, was pulled over, or the lights were seen a few minutes prior to this, and then he drove to the nearest gas station and then got out. So to the police officer, that looks like non-compliance.
Driver, roll the window down. Felony traffic stop. Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window.
So I've seen a lot of people bicker and whine about this part right here. The officer took his gun out at the beginning. Well, yes, the officer took his gun out because one, the tints are so dark, you don't know what's in the car. Two, you showed your sirens and the car kept on driving. And they pulled you to this gas station. So right off the bat, if I'm an officer, I'm expecting, okay, I see non-compliance. Therefore, for my own safety, which we're going to see as we compare this to the New Mexico stop, let me pull out my gun because At the end of the day, we don't know who's in here. We can't see who's in there. We don't know what weapons are in there. We don't know why this guy did not pull over immediately. Therefore, let's brandish our weapon just in case.
Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window. I can't tell. Put your hands out the window and turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window. He's not complying, Joe.
Yep, and then you hear the officer saying he's not complying. Now, this is the third or fourth time the officer has told this person to put their hands out the window.
See your hands. How many occupants are in the vehicle? How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out the car.
So right there, they try to pull him over. He didn't pull over immediately. He drove further. Now they're telling him to open the door and get out slowly. He's not going to do so.
Open the door slowly and get out.
Keep your
Fast
hands
forward a little
outside
bit.
the window. Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car.
Now.
Get out the car.
Now. Get out of the car now. Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I'm going to obey. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order.
So he's been getting told for around 2 minutes to get out the car. And mind you, he's not getting out the car. So immediately, the point is this. If you don't comply with the officers, it's going to be bad for you. It is going to be bad for you. You have tents that you can't see. The officers can't see through the tents. They do not know how many people are in the car. And all the information that they have right now is that there is an SUV that doesn't have a license plate on it. It has super dark tints. We don't know why they didn't stop. We don't know why this guy isn't complying. So therefore, the officers should have their guard up because they don't know what's in the SUV.
Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out.
Yeah, you should be. Get out. Get out.
Get out the car.
Get out now.
I have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for. You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I didn't stop.
Really?
Get
out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me. You know what? Get your hands off me.
Not a problem. Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir. Hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look.
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna talk to
Get
you.
out.
Just get out of my car.
So
Can you please
the thing that I don't get is this is a lieutenant.
Get out.
Please relax.
This is
Get out of the
this is
car.
a person who's in the army who's supposed to know how to take direction, take correction, and respond to commands. Yet he is willfully being disobedient. He is not listening to the authorities in charge, and then he's wondering why they're gonna pepper spray him, and then he's gonna follow it up with a lawsuit. Honestly, at this point, I'm just looking at what this lieutenant's actions are, and to me, he's just showing me how I shouldn't act if I was to ever be pulled over by an officer under these circumstances. If I see the lights, I pull over. If they ask me to get out, I get out. So honestly, he's 0 for 2 in my book. You know, I really don't feel bad for him getting pepper sprayed at this point.
Right now. Now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
I hate that. I'm actively serving the country. So are the police officers. The police officers are serving the country just like you, sir. And right now they have more authority than you, but you're not listening because you're gonna fall on this this woke propaganda that I'm a black person in America. I need to be scared of the police. So therefore, because of my fear, I'm going to not comply. Nah, bro. We're not gonna accept that. I'm not gonna accept that.
I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on.
Okay.
What's going? Hold on.
AO4 OC just deployed. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now!
And he's still not getting out the car.
Sir, just get out of the car.
Get out of the car now! Get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Get out of the car now! Listen, take off your seatbelt.
So mind you guys, this clip has been running since he pulled over. The clip was around 30 seconds. We are now at 4:13. This guy has been non-complying for around 3.5 minutes. All right, he's not complying. He's simply not complying. So as his civil lawsuit comes to the forefront, I hope that they understand. I hope that his lawyers understand, and that the Virginia state attorneys are able to defend the actions of the officers, because it's as simple as this: super dark tint, non-compliant person in a car. They don't know what weapons are in the car. They don't know why the suspect didn't stop when they told him to stop. So at this point, I do not feel bad for this man. And I'm going to contrast this, guys, with another routine traffic stop that unfortunately ended terribly for the officer. But the similarities are right there. It is a traffic stop. And at the end of the day, a traffic stop is one of the most dangerous places an officer can be, because you're walking up. An officer is walking to a car with limited knowledge. Don't know how many people are in the car. Don't know what weapons are in the car. Don't know the intent of the people in the car. At the end of the day, they're walking up to a scenario where their life could and have many times been ended because of a routine traffic stop. Therefore, with all of that said, I see nothing wrong with the police officers approaching this man with their weapons out, macing the guy at this point because he's not listening. All right, so 2 strikes for me. Like I said, he didn't pull over immediately. He didn't get out the car. He's still not getting out the car. All right, they open up the door. Tell him to get out. I'm going to fast forward a little bit for the sake of time.
This is really bad.
He's just standing there. He's just sitting there.
Let's go.
Available.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk.
Get on the ground. So at 5:15, we see get on the ground. And what does this guy do? What does this lieutenant do, who is supposed to be a person who knows how to take directions, who knows how to, you're given an order, you obey?
Get on the ground now. Get on the ground and get sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the ground.
what's
Get on the
going on?
ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Yes, sir.
going on?
What's going on is you're getting pulled over and you need to get your butt on the ground. That's what's going on.
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
You're
Why?
not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up.
Sir, well, just
This is fucked up.
Sir,
This is fucked up.
sir,
Fucked
sir.
up. You know.
So I'll pause there, guys. I'll pause there. But as you guys can see, he is being detained and he is not listening to instruction. All right. He's not listening to instruction. Now, I want to show you, I want to contrast this because, so many social justice warriors, so many people who have such critical takes of police officers, what they do is they take situations like this and they say, oh, the officers are wrong right away because they did this, this, and this. All right, but look at this, because I guarantee you, and I would be surprised if anybody here has been able to look at this story or see this story. All right, or do you even know the name Darion Jarrett? Do you even know this? All right. So warning, the following video contains graphic content. All right. And it may be disturbing. When I watched it straight up, guys, it made my stomach twist and I didn't like it. All right. But a little bit of the story before I hit play. And this is by Police Academy. Luna County, New Mexico. On February 4th, 2021, New Mexico State Police Officer Darian Jarrett initiated a traffic stop on a white Chevrolet pickup on Interstate 10 eastbound. All right, here's all the other details about where it was at. Cueva exited the driver's side. So Cueva is the person who was pulled over. Cueva exited the driver's side holding an AR-15 style rifle and fired at least one shot at Officer Jarrett as he was walking to the rear of the vehicle. Officer Jarrett ducked and fell on his back as Cueva ran around the back of the pickup toward Officer Jarrett. Cueva fired several more rounds at Officer Jarrett, who was struck by gunfire and was killed. Now, the similarities I want to just point out, because as I watched a lot of commentary about the Windsor, Virginia officers, one of the critiques that I saw was, why is the officer pulling over the lieutenant and brandishing his weapon right away? Well, my answer to that is, one, the lieutenant didn't pull over right away. Two, they have super dark tints. Who knows what's in the car? All right. And three, there is no driver's license on the back. I mean, plate. There is no plate on the back of the car. So how can they know who the heck they're dealing with? With all of those things, okay, it makes sense for me to see an officer brandish their weapon. Now, unfortunately, all right, I'm gonna show you guys this. So this is Officer Jarrett in New Mexico. All right, so we're gonna watch a little bit of this, and then I could jump into some of the comments.
Afternoon, sir. My name is Darian Jarrett. I'm with New Mexico State Police. The reason for the stop is your window tint's a little too dark. Yeah. You mind if I open
So the reason for the stop is your window tints are a little too dark.
the door? Or if you want to roll down the window more.
Dark?
Yeah. I noticed you got temp tags. You got registration for the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
I'll need registration and driver's license as well. Right. Okay. All right. Do you have insurance for the vehicle? Yeah. Where is it? Is it with the wallet? Do me a favor. Come with me to my vehicle. That way I can run your name and date of birth, and then that way I can get my return. Okay.
So the officer is telling him, as you guys heard, come with me to my vehicle. Now, remember, this is a routine traffic stop. All right. I'm going to fast forward a little bit because at this point, it's just the officer and the suspect having a dialogue, which I'll let you guys, if you want to listen to this, all you have to do is look up police activity, Luna County, New Mexico. So as you guys can see, there is some dialogue for about 2 minutes. So we're at 121 and there's some dialogue up until about 3:14. And you could see at this point, the driver's side is starting to open. So I'll pick it up at this point. Now, just another disclaimer, guys, this is honestly, this is disturbing. This is sad. What's about to happen, if you have a weak stomach or you don't like seeing people executed, then you know what, just change out now, because this is the reason why police officers, let me go ahead and do this. All right, just so you guys know how serious I am. This is why police officers are heroes. This is why police officers are serving our country as well, and they should be treated with the same amount of respect that veterans who come back from Iraq or other wars, they should be treated with that same respect. And okay, deal harshly with the ones who step out of line, but the ones who are simply doing their jobs and are put into not good, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Those officers need to be treated with the utmost respect and the utmost reverence, because this is what they put their life on the line for: a routine traffic stop And as you're going to see, this is how it ends.
No, I see it. Please, do me a favor. You mind if I take it off you for my safety? All right, hold on. All right, let's go to my vehicle, okay? Come on.
So clearly he doesn't know what's bad. So this guy, he's loading his AR-15 right now. He's cocking it, getting ready to fire. He's telling him, "Hey, let's walk to the car." Clearly, he has no idea what's going on, and he knows, okay, I'm busted. I got something that I either have, I have a charge, I have a warrant, I'm an illegal immigrant. I don't know what it is, but he knows that this situation is not what he wants to be in. So he's loading up his AR.
Oh shit!
So the officer is down right here. Guy jumps in the car. Rolls off. All right, look how quick this happened. Now, imagine if this officer at least had his gun out, similar to what we were looking at with the Windsor County Police. They came out and honestly, they had their guns brandished from the beginning. I don't know if I guess I didn't share my screen with you guys. Let me know if I didn't share my screen with you guys. Anyways, did I share my screen with you guys? Were you guys able to see the New Mexico shooting? If you were able to see the New Mexico shooting, can you just drop a comment below, because I don't know if I shared my screen, and I just want you guys to be able to have the full the full effect of what happened. So all right, I'm gonna assume that I share my screen. All right, but I want you guys to look at how quick this happened. Look at how quick that this officer was able to was taken advantage of. I mean, we go from bomb, come walk with me. Look at this. All right, just for the sake of showing people like real time, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, boom. So it goes from life to death in 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, you go from walking to your car to having an AR-15 being blasted at you. That is the unfortunate part. So that's why when I see stuff like this, when I see stuff like the Windsor, Virginia police officers, when I see them show up, and as you guys see, all right, they get out the car. I'll let this play. They have their sirens on. They're trying to pull over the dude. He's not pulling over immediately. He finally pulls over at a BP.
Traffic stop at BP.
Bomb, get your gun out. We don't know what's going on, because it is a traffic stop, tinted windows, person didn't comply. I mean, you guys see the correlation I'm making. You guys see where I'm going with this, but that is why I support police officers. If there's non-compliance from the jump, from the get-go, if I'm going to put my lights on and you're not going to stop immediately, and you have dark tints and you don't have a plate, I just might brandish my gun right away, because at the end of the day, what we saw with the New Mexico officer was he wasn't ready, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he wasn't ready, and he lost his life because of it. The New Mexico officer was in the same position as these Virginia cops. Routine traffic stop, tinted windows, the unknown is before you. And yet, two drastically different outcomes. And I'm not saying that the lieutenant had the mind to kill like the New Mexico suspect, but at the same time, the officers don't know who's who. They don't know who's who. So I look at all this crap and I see, okay, the lieutenant is trying to sue the Windsor, Virginia Police Department. And I'm like, bro, you are such a weak lieutenant. You were given orders and you didn't follow them. And then you have, the audacity and the balls to say, I serve this country. And you're looking at people who serve this country too. I'm appalled and I just don't care. I don't care. All right. Didn't see it. William Snap. All right. So jumping into some of these comments. All right. Uber says, I served twice front lines fighting the Taliban with the U.S. Marines. All right. You civilians trying to justify, this with my brothers in arms. Shake my head at you civilians who we serve and protect. All right. F that. You civilians don't even know what we went through overseas. Exactly. A lot of these people are ungrateful. They don't understand what's going on. All right. So Erotica says he was clearly afraid to reach to turn the car off. Contradictory order that gets you killed. Stop defending these pigs. And I just disagree with that because at the end of the day, the clip that I was showing you guys, shows that this incident could have, it literally could have taken a turn for the worse at any point. These Virginia cops could have been subjected to Officer Jarrett. What we see here, all right, which I tried to show you guys earlier and I didn't share my screen. All right, we start off with a routine traffic stop. Just like what happened in Virginia. Windows tinted. Officer gets at his car, walks over. All right. They have a little discussion and the officer tells the suspect, hey, get out the car, follow me to the car. And they're having a dialogue for about 3 minutes. Like I showed earlier. All right. Door opens up. The officer is telling him, walk to the car with me.
Mind if I take it off you?
All right. Notice he's not brandishing his gun. He doesn't have his guns out. He's, giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. He comes out the car. I don't know how the officer doesn't see this. He comes out the car with an AR-15. They're walking to the car. Boom. Life's over. So, Erotica, you say stop defending these pigs. No, because look at the situation that they're in. All right. I don't care if the lieutenant was afraid. I don't care you're afraid. Comply with the directions. All right. Comply with the directions because this could have happened to those people. You don't know who's who. Officer dropped, AR-15 blasted into your body. And then this is the last day that Officer Jarrett saw. So like I said, guys, this is from Police Activity if you want to go see this yourself. All right, but it's a shame. It is a shame that things like this happen, but you don't see these type of incidences. All you see is the ones that are kind of controversial. But what I'm saying is, my argument is the officers don't know who's who. So when they roll up to a car and they have their guns drawn, it's literally because of this.
Hey,
you don't know who's who. You do not know who's who. And in the matter of seconds, and I'm going to replay this for the last time. All right, the officer is telling this guy to walk with him to the car. The officer doesn't know what's going on. The officer is taking, he's giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. We're at 3:27. The officer doesn't have his gun out. The officer doesn't realize what's going on. 3:27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Life's over. 5 seconds. Get out of here. If you're gonna sit here and talk to me about, the officers in Virginia are coming out too strong. No, they're not. They're not coming out too strong. They're coming out how they should come out. All right. So with that said, guys, let me look at some of these comments. All right, Gen Z Patriot said, I actually think that's messed up, and I agree with the police 99% of the time. Okay, so Gen Z Patriot, yes, it's so it could be messed up. I don't even think that that's necessarily 100% false. What I'm saying is that the officers don't know who's who, and you're getting non-compliance after non-compliance. The officers try to pull this guy over. He didn't pull over. They told him to get out the car. He didn't get out the car. They told him to get on the floor. He didn't get on the floor. His windows are too tinted. His plate is not on the back of his SUV, allegedly. So all of these things happen. And, if I'm an officer and I'm pulling over an SUV that doesn't have a plate, has dark tints, and the person isn't complying, my guard is up 100% right away, because just like we saw in the New Mexico video, your life can be over in 5 seconds. You could think things are going fine, and then in 5 seconds, you're dead. So, is it messed up? Sure. But at the end of the day, life, it's going to be messed up, because the officers don't know who's who. I mean, that's why I give them the benefit of the doubt most of the time. Obviously, incidences like Philando Castile, obviously that was wrong. And that person, the officer that shot Philando Castile, should be in prison, because Philando Castile posed no threat, and he had a dominant position on him the entire time and still shot and killed him. So yes, I can decipher between good policing and not good policing. And I'm not saying that what we're seeing here with this Virginia is good policing. If you had to be on that binary good bad, what I'm saying is it's understandable policing, considering all the things that could happen to an officer in a split second. They could go from routine traffic stop to dead on the side of the road. All right, John. All right, John says cops need level 4 armor. Or 2 officers to 1 car. That's a 3A armor crap. Doesn't cut it anymore. Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm with you. I think that officers need more protection. And at the end of the day, we have created a culture. The Democrats and these woke activists have created a culture where non-compliance to the police officers, is acceptable. You know what? We're black, we're oppressed. We're brown, we're oppressed. Why are we going to listen to this officer? He's oppressing us. So we're creating a culture where we don't respect the authorities. All right. So Uber says, I hope North Korea launches. I hope that doesn't happen, Uber, because I do not want to, I don't want to die, and I don't want my kids to suffer from nuclear radiation, end up looking like The Hills Have Eyes or something like that. But as you guys could see, that's just where I'm at with this. I wanted to jump on here and just show you guys just the contrast and the similarities, because, at the end of the day, the officers are getting sued, a civil suit. I don't think that the county should pay out any money, because at the end of the day, the civilian did not comply. They had tints that were too dark, a plate that wasn't on their car. At the end of the day, you are committing auto violations. You are committing traffic violations. And if you're not going to listen, then, the results are what they are. You got pepper sprayed. It is what it is. Sorry, but you weren't listening to the instruction. I guarantee you, if the guy would have listened, if the lieutenant would have listened to orders, it wouldn't have ended up that bad. But isn't that the same thing we always say? I mean, think about George Floyd. If George Floyd would have just gave the money back, or not the money, gave the cigarettes back to the clerk, instead of running with the fake counterfeit bill situation, maybe he would still be here. If he would have just got into the cop car, maybe he would still be here. So all of this is the same thing, you know. If to me, the main thing I take away is, if you're a civilian and you are in a traffic stop, you need to stop, listen to the instructions of the police, and do what they say. And that's all you can do in that moment. Resisting will only make it worse. And I wonder when this will click in people's minds. If I resist, I don't care how unfair I think it is. If I resist, it's going to be worse. This is not the time to resist. Resisting in the moment is not what we should be doing. We should be following orders, and then if there was wrong, follow it up with a lawsuit after the fact. Because all you do when you resist is you incriminate yourself. All right, that is all you do. So, you know, the video I showed about Officer Darian Durant, make sure you guys pray for his family, because he went to work February 4th in the morning, and he was expecting to come back. And, after we watched that video, we saw he died an unjust death by a criminal who blasted him with AR-15s. And like I said, if you guys go on police activity, I'll share it one more time, because the mainstream media doesn't like showing stuff like this. We always want to look at the controversial stuff, but what about the stuff that gives more context? Like, hey, this is what officers deal with every single day. This is the possibility that these officers are faced with every single day. So if you want to watch this in its entirety, police activity, I mean, it already has almost 3 million views, and it dropped yesterday. So this seems to be a really good channel. But as you guys can see, same situation, traffic stop, dark tints, and instead of it ending in a citation, it ends in the police officer getting shot and killed. So, we pray for his family, Darian Durant. I'm gonna leave that right there. So I just wanted to jump on here, guys, and I didn't want to go too long on the East Coast over here. It's about to be 11. I got to get to work tomorrow. I know you guys probably have a life to live, a beautiful life to live tomorrow. So I'm a jump off of here. Like I said, guys, really, really pray for the police officers. Pray for police officers. Be careful out there as all of this continues to unfold. Don't buy into the woke propaganda. Don't buy into the critical race theory. Don't buy into the lie that police officers are systemically racist and they advance brutality any chance they get. Don't fall into these pitfalls, because most of it is simply propaganda. But I'm gonna leave that right there. Make sure you guys go ahead and share some of my content. See if there's anybody else who can join the journey to 1,000 subs. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see you good people on the next one. God bless you all.